Well, in our last video, we saw the riches of several wealthy leaders around the globe. But today, we are going to talk about one specific crazy rich guy, Saudi Arabia's great king, Salman bin Abdulaziz Al-Saud. This Saudi Arabia ruler has a royal family that may be even wealthier than the British royal family. This world's richest royal family is said to own a $1.5 trillion empire. But exactly, how did they accumulate these riches? Welcome to Billionista. If you love videos about luxury living, please subscribe and click the bell so you never miss a video. And don't forget to like and share too. King Salman is a descendant of the House of Saud, Saudi Arabia's ruling family, which dates back to the 1700s. Until recently, practically all of the family's enormous riches came from oil. They're still making money from it. King Salman was one of the 45 sons born to King Ibn Saud, Saudi Arabia's first king. He was born with a golden spoon in his mouth. Simply put, he enjoyed a life of luxury from the start. He was one of the royal family's most well-liked children. He grew up in the Marubra Palace, located outside of modern-day Rihan, which is considered a notable place. The palace was a marvel in its day, with 2 stories, 32 rooms, servants' quarters, beautiful courtyards, ornate carvings, and the only power and telephones in Saudi Arabia at that time. His education. King Salman attended school to further his education. He did not, however, attend any random school. His father, King Ibn Saud, established the Prince's School. It was designed specifically for his sons and the children of powerful business people. Imagine having enough money to create a whole school for your child's education. Political career. King Salman had his first employment in the kingdom when he was 19 years old. He was appointed deputy governor in 1954 and then provincial governor in 1963. His governorship lasted for 48 years. During that time, he assisted in the transformation of Riyadh from a little desert town to the thriving metropolis it is today. He directed the construction of shopping malls, museums, and high-end restaurants in order to attract wealthy visitors to the city. He was adamant about creating strong partnerships with Europe in the West during this time, which assisted Riyadh's financial stability. His importance expanded as time passed. He was appointed as the second Deputy Prime Minister and Prime Minister of Defense in 2011. The latter would bring controversy to his position of power. When he later became king in 2015, that power became much more problematic. He authorized the bombing of Yemen after his older brother died in 2015. After Yemen's royal family departed the capital to avoid an uprising, Saudi Arabia committed several war crimes against Yemen during this time, including the destruction of a camp that housed war-displaced civilians. Cluster bombs were deployed, and the battle claimed the lives of nearly 100,000 civilians. However, the majority of the criticism thrown at the royal family is directed at one man. King Salman's son, Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince. Even Prince Salman's ascension to the throne has been clouded by controversy. Crown Prince NAYEF was deposed and replaced by Prince Salman in his position of authority. When he was replaced, he was placed under house arrest, stripped of all his political roles, and kept concealed for months. Since Prince Salman's rise to power, hundreds of competing princes, billionaires, and political heavyweights have been placed under house arrest, jailed for corruption, and expelled from Saudi Arabia. The murder of Jamal Khashoggi, however, sparked the most outrage. Jamal was a well-known journalist who had recently become more suspicious of the royal family, particularly Prince Salman. Jamal was assassinated at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul by Saudi officials. The CIA established that Salman had ordered the murder in 2018. With that said, the killing would come to naught. There would be no murder charges filed, and there would be no public outcry because the family is so powerful. Well, if you were to choose, would you prefer a simple life with modest wealth, or would you prefer to become the richest man or woman in the world, but full of controversies? Let me know in the comments. Wealth. How much money do they have? As I have stated, the royal family makes practically all of its money from oil. Saudi Aramco, the state-owned oil business, is the foundation of the royal family's fortune. Many consider Saudi Aramco to be the world's wealthiest business in terms of revenue. They have the second largest crude oil reserves in the world and the world's largest daily oil production. Furthermore, numerous members of the royal family work and own stock in firms all over the world. In the infamous Panama Papers, King Salman was accused of taking out mortgages on his luxury London house using an offshore business based in the British Virgin Islands. The mortgages totaled $35 million, and King Salman's luxurious homes aren't his only real estate holdings. He has access to 4 palaces in all. Each one is more lavish than the last. Al-YAMAMA Palace is gorgeous, a large estate in Riyadh that serves as King Salman's royal residence and looks precisely as you'd imagine. The vast residence features 8 marble floors, ornate crown molding, pricey silk rugs, geometric carvings, and crystal chandeliers, as well as hand-painted wall panels that are covered in gold, adding to the building's regular air. Al-AUJA Palace, as well as a smaller palace outside of Riyadh, are also stunning. The house has hand-carved Arabic motifs on the walls, antique furniture that costs more than most people's homes. The precisely placed mosaic flooring sparkles throughout the home, highlighting the level of artistry that went into creating the palace. Al-AUJA Palace, possibly Ali's most well-known residence, has been in the news frequently. It is his newest mansion, the largest and most showy of all the residences. Every room has silk carpets and imported Italian marble flooring in every hallway, ballroom, and bathroom. Almost everything in the castle is gilded, including the trash cans, which are solid silver. It was difficult to overlook the solid gold tissue holder in between the gold chairs that Obama and King Salman sat on when he visited the palace during his presidency. The wealth of King Salman is obvious. He keeps a little more to himself than his son. King Salman is known to hold multi-million-dollar properties in London, but they are all shrouded behind corporate names to keep them hidden from the public eye. Prince Salman, on the other hand, was all over the news once the world learned of his fortune for purchasing the world's second most expensive property in 2015. The 9th Chateau Louis, the $301 million property, is located just outside Versailles, which seems appropriate. It is fashioned in the French palace style. However, the house is one of the most contemporary we've ever seen. There are 57 acres of magnificent French gardens, courtyards, tennis courts, and squash courts on the property. The house is encircled by a moat with fountains that can even be controlled with a remote. The hue of the lights, as well as the height of the water, can be changed. In his own backyard, Prince Salman may create his own Bellagio experience. A large infinity pool with a luxurious jacuzzi is available for relaxation. But that isn't the only place to unwind. A meditation room is located beneath the moat at the home. The meditation room features comfortable white seats and tranquil views of koi and sturgeon swimming around you. A palace of its size, of course, has more bedrooms than it requires. There are 10 bedrooms, each with a flashy rococo flair, glided wall panels, pastel paint, and chandeliers, with almost 50,000 square feet of space. Prince Salman has plenty of room to entertain. There are several ballrooms, reception halls, and formal dining rooms that are, of course, lavished in gold finishes and the most expensive chandeliers. When his royal duties get too much for him, Prince Salman can invite his palace to the mansion's nightclub to celebrate. The palace boasts a full dance floor, a 3,000 bottle wine cellar, a sound system, and unsurprisingly a lot of costly art. With his money, Prince Salman has bought quite a few historic pieces of art, including a Leonardo da Vinci for $450 million. When you're a royal, however, you have money to burn. Prince Salman paid 500 million euros for the world's most expensive yacht, Serene. The yacht features 6 decks of luxury, with luxuries not found in many 5-star hotels. Numerous wet bars, lounge rooms, and formal seating areas are available. Each entertaining area features wall-to-ceiling windows with breathtaking ocean views. Above the grand pianos, there are even chandeliers. The rooms are stunning. There are 12 staterooms on board, each with striking colors and large beds with enough capacity to carry 40 people. True partying can take place on the decks. A saltwater swimming pool with a retractable glass roof, claimed to be the only one in the world, may be found on the Serene. A beautiful spa area featuring a sauna, hammam, and even a snow room was located adjacent to the pool. The indoor climbing wall is the feature of the yacht that I find most interesting. Large features like these contribute to the high price tag, and I enjoy the thought of ascending mountains on a boat. Before it was acquired by Prince Salman, Bill Gates rented the yacht for $5 million per week. And that just about wraps up our look at the wealth of the Saudi royal family. So billionistas, if you had that kind of wealth, would you rent a luxury yacht or would you prefer to buy and customize it? Let me know in the comments. That's it for this time. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.